Hello there. In this special, I'm going to do basically. Let me just say what I'm about. I'm hoping to start off small, but in the long term, I want to be doing something as big as possible. But I want to make the best use of my time in that short um in that short period, which I'm expecting should be enough for me to move on and on and on and on to bigger things. Um, if it's for me, it's for me. If it's not for me, it's not for me. But I am going to be talking about many different entertainment aspects. Now, that could be films, that could be real life, that could be football, but mainly entertainment. Mainly things that I feel I can offer to change or increase or to add to certain different products or technologies around the world, because I feel that that is what I can do. Um, I'm hoping that I get a opportunity, because there's not really many opportunities out there where you can express your ideas. As an aspiring entrepreneur, you can't really do that. The only way you can do that is where you get publicity and you get fame and you get, so on and so forth. You can't do it in a background way. I mean, you can, but it's not easy to do. It's not always easy to do so. Anyway, I've talked about life and I've talked about what I'm aspiring to do and what I'm hoping to do. I have already done some bits here and there to try to advance my movements and stuff like that, but um, it's not like something to fall on, because at least I've made those movements in life. There was a long time where I didn't know my plan, I didn't know my adventure, I didn't know my worth in life, I didn't know what I wanted to do. My life had no purpose, it was just living. But at least I've made inroads and I've actually done something for now, although it hasn't gained me the success it could and or should or etc. I've still tried it. But anyway, I'm gonna be doing a part 2 of my last video. Anyone that watched my last video would know what I was talking about. It's a program in the TV, or in TV, I should say. 1 second, I'm just gonna go on a quick break. I'm gonna be talking about something different in the next video, but for now, I'm just gonna talk about the anime series which I was talking about. Now, I talked, and sorry if I did get abruptly cut off, but it is as it is. But I talked about Goku and his transformations and how I wanted to see the Super Saiyan 2 used more. Maybe even the Super Saiyan 3 used more. But in that sense, or in that situation, I would also like to see the Super Saiyan 1 or the Super Saiyan Jin or the Ascended Super Saiyan used a lot less, because you see that used an astronomical amount of times throughout the whole Dragon Ball series. You see the same transformations, you see the same even with Trunks as well, with Goten, with Kid Trunks, And you probably would guess or assume that I'm a fan that watches it every day, every time. But I don't do that, like when I've got time, when I haven't got other things that are more pressing to do, I will. When I haven't got any other pressing thing to do, I will watch it. But that's the thing that puts me off it a bit, which is the fact that you see the Super Saiyan 1, and it's not even like it's an entertaining form. It's a very flawed, boring form. But when you get what you get with the Super Saiyan 2 is style. Style. You get style with the Super Saiyan 2. With the Super Saiyan 1, it's just he's fighting because he feels he's strong enough. Even though at first he did seem strong enough, now he doesn't even have that. I would like to see him not use the Super Saiyan 1 as much, but use the Super Saiyan 2, 3, 4, or something else. And anyone that's seen Super Saiyan 2 will know there might even be another one that's used too much. But, there you go. So we're on number 3 or 4. I'm gonna go to number 5. I would like to see Yamcha used a lot more, but with a lot more power gained, and a lot more, because he's got swagger. But I didn't know he had this swagger. I didn't know he had this swagger to him, or basis to him. But it turns out he does. He has this swagger, he has this, but he doesn't have the power to go with it. So in that sense, it kind of does feel like he's in a situation where he's thinking, "Where's the love?" More power, maybe even turn into a Super Saiyan himself. Now, I know I did say that I don't want to see Goku turn into a Super Saiyan 1, but Yamcha turning Super Saiyan would be in a whole would pique interest, get interest going a lot more than just the Super Saiyan does on its own by Goku. Now, the next one I'm going to move on to is one I'm not really sure why it stopped or why it diminished over time, but I would like to see go. I would like to see Oob continue his training and master his training and turn or gain a new transformation. I'm curious, put it in the comments. Tell me what you think, but is Uber Super Saiyan or is he not a Super Saiyan? What is he? Like, just need to know, like, because if he isn't a Super Saiyan, that's one thing I like to see from him. I'd like to see him learn, even if he just learns the Kaioken or something, or the Super Saiyan, or something else, or what Nappa does. that would be really interesting. I'm gonna move on, and I'm gonna talk about the transformations you see with the villains. Now, unless they're Super Saiyans, in Super, you didn't really used to. You don't really tend to see the forms that you see in Dragon Ball Z with Cell, Boo, Frieza, and so on. But with Super, it's more generalized, more relatable in what you see of animals and stuff like that. You don't really see that in the Dragon Ball Z series. You see transformations superseded all the time. You always get those transformations that you don't expect to see. You can't create your own by yourself. You don't tend to see that in the Dragon Ball arcs after the Dragon Ball Z and GT. So that's just something I would like to see. And a bonus is that I would like to see maybe more. I say because you did see it. I'm not saying whether it was in Dragon Ball Z, GT, or Super, but in one of those, you did see two villains fusing together. Now, I'd like to see that, but I'd like to see that possibly with a Super Saiyan or a Saiyan, a villain Super Saiyan, because I reckon the power that could make things really interesting. Um, that is, I think, um, part two. Leave me comments, descriptions, subscribe to my channel, anything you'd like me to talk about or add to or elaborate on, please feel free to do so.